Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Child, listen. Listen to me. When I tell y'all this episode was the gift that kept on giving, honey, this was hours upon hours of entertainment, honey, and it was only 1 hour jam packed, okay? But let me tell y'all something. The review gonna be a little bit long, honey. So whatever you doing, go ahead, buckle your seatbelt. Hopefully you listening to this on your commute or whatever you doing, child. I'm sorry I gotta run over, but I gotta hit each and every point because y'all know I'm gonna get into it as we get into it. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade. If you are here for a second or third time, then welcome back, child. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, oh, I forgot to mention, we're reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 7. When the episode first opens up, the ladies of the cottage, honey, they get in this cart to go to the estate, right? So Giselle and Candace are downstairs talking. Giselle is asking for crispy edges on the pancakes. Now this, you're on point with. Shout out to Phaedra Parks. I love me some crispy edges on a homemade pancake. But when they served that plate, I was looking like, ma'am. No, crispy edges, those are not. Honey, I don't think she got the memo. I don't think she knew exactly what we mean when we say we want crispy edges. Honey, I want that thing to crunch. Okay, when I bite into it, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So Mia and Robin, they come down and they start talking about how Mia told Giselle Karen was sad about being called a troll. Oh, Karen. But this is my thing. Girl, why would you even give them that? Like, why would you even tell Giselle that? They show a flashback of them discussing it, right? So Mia looked at Robin and she's like, well, would you be upset if someone called you a troll? She was like, well, I'm not. So there's that. Well, honey, the jury is still out. Moving forward. So Giselle is like, screw Karen. Screw her up her butt. Child ain't got time for this. So the ladies and Wendy in her high cut one piece, they make quite an entrance. Do y'all hear me? Honey, she was in the building. You better sashay, Shantae. Yes, ma'am. So Giselle saw Wendy and she wanted to peel her skin off. Child, if y'all would have saw, well, I'm sure y'all did see, the look on Giselle's face when Wendy walked through that door, honey, she was very uncomfortable with the confidence that Wendy and the judge that Wendy was giving. Honey, I was just so shocked. But then this is what it made me think of. Now, I don't want to say now, okay, and I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, but when Ashley had her cheeks out, I think it was like season 1 or 2. It might have been 1. That's when she was underneath Karen, and Karen thought she wanted to try to influence her daughter and all this kind of stuff. And they were in the bathing suit shop. And Ashley was trying on little bathing suits, and Giselle couldn't do nothing but talk about Ashley's little cute tush. Now Wendy want to show her judge, and it's the whole problem. Ciao, goodbye. I don't know if it's a body thing or what it is. I don't know if it's their body types because she's petite and small and oh look at those little cute that little cute tush boom boom boom. No, honey, we giving body yaddy 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 all day long. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. So they come in, they sit down, right? And you know what I was thinking when they walked in? I'm like, the cottage and the estate, they're giving very much niece versus auntie vibes. I'm just saying. So Giselle and Robin get rude, honey, and they get up because she tells her, they need to have a little secret meeting upstairs. I'm like, why do y'all need a sidebar? And what is happening? So a scholar was like, maybe they're talking about how to run the water aerobics. Oh, Paula Tink Tink. If it's one thing they know about Giselle, honey, it's that she is going to get some ish started if she don't do nothing else. Honey, she knows the assignment and she delivers each and every episode. Wendy is like, you know what? Karen is right. When I think about my body, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to set boundaries. And if I want to wear my little bitto bikini, that's what I'm going to do. Well, honey, go ahead and set yourself off. Candace said to a scholar, oh, dear, you're so naive. Honey, ain't she though? So a scholar, but listen to me, y'all. A scholar ain't stupid. She just trying to be polite. Okay. She peeping exactly what's going on. Inside the house, Karen tells Candace, I expressed my concerns about the comments about your marriage because I found it disrespectful. So then Candace said, I've come to learn that Giselle isn't capable of couth 24 hours a day. Well, honey, can we at least try for one? Like, this is getting ridiculous. So Mia flip-flopping behind, talking about typically when you're pointing the finger, something inside is not right. Honey, have that energy in front of her. So Giselle starts telling Robin it was no way she would have this conversation in front of the group. It's amazing how only Robin and Giselle can have respect for each other's boundaries in their space. Why didn't you pull Wendy to the side? Sure. So outside, Giselle and Robin are talking, right? Giselle is telling her, she's winning and she doesn't understand why she don't see that. Robin said, I thank God for the blessings and everything, but I don't see what other people see in me. Giselle said, but that doesn't make you get back in the bed at noon. She's depressed, Giselle. Honey, have a bit of compassion. Robin love relationships that offer no value, don't she? Sure, just hanging on to Giselle for no reason, the same way she hanging on to Juan. Sure, goodbye. So she's like, have you looked at your bank account? That should push you through. Well, honey, try telling that to the millionaires and the billionaires that are facing depression. Try telling them that because I don't think it works that way. You need to listen to your daughters, honey. You don't offer emotional support very well. Child. She's like, you cannot have your fine husband telling you you're unattractive. First of all, honey, all that fine talk, you can cut that out. Okay, there's no reason to call him her fine husband. Just say you don't want Juan thinking you're unattractive. Giselle, I'm watching you. And you hanging out on that chat room with questionable company. Moving forward. And if he's all that great, maybe y'all should be together, honey, because clearly you don't understand what she's facing, nor are you trying to understand. Have her wrap this up. She's like, that don't motivate you? No. Him thinking I'm attractive does not motivate me. That's what you should have said, Robin. Honey, ain't nobody worried about him getting a hard on while you sitting here sad and depressed in your own mind. She ain't got time for that. If you want to leave, then leave, honey. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Boy, goodbye. Shout out to Fantasia. She says she's being tough on Robin because she wants her to win and she knows Robin can take it. Robin said, the thought of where I am and where I can be, that's scary. Let me tell y'all something. Fear of success is actually real. You start thinking ahead of yourself. Like, I'm not a big YouTuber, but I hope to one day get there. And sometimes the thought of getting there puts me in my own head. I'm like, child, let me stop making these reviews, honey. I don't want nobody pulling me from behind the veil. Honey, I ain't got time for those things. And then I start thinking, look, the reason why you started this is because this is what you love to do. And then I got my tribe with me, honey, and y'all know y'all gonna rock with me. So I have to keep going. But having a fear of actually being successful, that's a huge thing. So I totally relate to Robin on that end. She says she's afraid to fail because of what she went through last time. And she says she was doing focus groups just to get grocery money. Now, see, look here, Robin. This is what I want to tell you, honey. I'm speaking directly to you. The Robin unattached to Giselle's cattiness, I like that Robin. I like the vulnerable Robin because she's relatable. But then when you start chiming in when Giselle is getting eaten up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, honey, we don't like that Robin. Stand alone, child. So Robin is saying, that retailers are reaching out to her, but she doesn't go for it. So Giselle said, give me an example. She said, Macy's, TJ Maxx, QVC. Well, honey, the hats do give very much home shopping network. I ain't gonna lie to you. But aside from that, honey, let me tell you something, girl. Now, I know you're going through what you're going through, okay? But if you don't use this platform to elevate yourself, then, honey, go ahead and give it to someone else. Like, give the seat up and let someone else sit down. Because, child, it ain't no way I'm going to let any of this pass by me. You better look at those other franchises. Child, you have to strike while the iron is hot. And I wish I could give me some brand deals. Shout out to Coca-Cola. Moving forward. Giselle is like, you have people that want to sell your brand. She's like, I could just strangle you, Robin. Although I don't agree with Giselle's approach, Robin, you do need to get the help that you need so that you can start taking advantage of these opportunities. This is very important. Now, your mental health is the most important. I understand the mental struggle. It's very tough. But I just want you to succeed, genuinely. So, child, let's keep going. So the ladies get ready to do the synchronized swimming and whatnot, as Candace calls it. Giselle said, I've incorporated swimming into my routine. And she said, I'm in the pool 3 times a week. Well, honey, I believe it because sometimes you get very much Loch Ness Monster. But you look great for 50. Moving forward. Baby, Wendy and her body over there posted up giving IG thirst trap realness. Okay, do y'all hear me? I said, look at Wendy, honey. Give it to him. Let the girls see the judge that is Wendy, honey. She can't fully get her pick because Giselle is lurking in the background, honey, in the swim cap, all up in the way. Girl, gone, honey. So Robin said, you getting in, Karen? Karen said, no, I need to preserve the lace. And she's like, I'm not getting in. I'm not trusting my life in Giselle's hands. Girl, she's not going to be swimming for you. She's not going to actually move you. And this don't make no sense, child. I just think that Karen does not know how to swim, and that's okay. Child, the Grand Dame will not be submerged in water. And she don't like Giselle, and that's cool. But just a side note, I hate that swimsuit that Candace is wearing. I mean, I can't stand it. Moving forward. So they start doing these moves and whatnot, and then they start twerking. And I was like, oh, not twerking, honey. I hope the people don't think y'all are too loose. Child. So anyway, as they get into it, here comes Ashley and her blowout. Child, Wendy trying to swim is me. When I tell y'all that is me, I cannot swim to save my life. But I'm going to put on a two-piece. I'm going to put on some heels, and I'm going to take pictures for the gram. That's what I'm going to do if I don't do nothing else. So they're getting into it as they get into it. Here comes Ashley and her blowout, ready to get the mess started. She walks in and speaks to Karen, right? So she's speaking to everybody, hey, y'all. And so she's telling us that she takes placenta pills and it's really improved her mood. And I'm like, oh, okay. But honey, y'all know Karen don't like nothing, honey. Karen about to hurl, honey. She about to throw up. She dry heaving and everything else. Y'all know what? Ashley done started looking like somebody's mama. She is really looking like she got 2 kids. Okay, girl. So Ashley's like, so what's been going on? Karen said, Giselle has been attacking me and I've survived her attacks. Oh, Karen's so dramatic. Oh my gosh, she is so dramatic. Child, Karen has on stockings and everything, child. I'm like, what is happening? She was like, this is my Wonder Woman outfit. So Mia quickly excused herself, honey, when Karen got into it, because she was like, look, I don't want to be involved in that. Let me go ahead. Moving forward. Ashley was asking what Giselle was saying, right? And she was like, the usual. Karen is a liar and a troll, child. So Ashley said, you think y'all could call a truce? Honey, these two? No, ma'am, honey, don't start that. Bravo and us, we won't allow it. And what else is going on? Child, goodbye. Karen tells Ashley how Giselle said crazy things to everybody, and then she started going in on Wendy, and Wendy started crying. Now, Karen, you told Wendy not to cry in front of Giselle. Then you go and tell everybody she cried. Grand Dame, what is wrong with you? Child, what is happening? So Ashley said Karen usually tells the truth, but when Giselle is involved, it becomes a fable. Child, not a fable. You've been with them kids too long, Ashley. She said, let me go find out what's happening. Listen to me, y'all. One thing Ashley gonna do for a day, an hour, or a minute, she gonna confront the situation and get to the bottom of it and tote some messages. She definitely gonna do what's supposed to be done, honey. Child, they're emerging from the water. And, Wendy is giving what needs to be gave. Ashley gonna look over there and say, oh, Wendy. Oh, okay. It's actually quite flattering. Honey, y'all know Ashley loves and appreciates a beautiful woman. So Giselle gives Ashley a tour of the house just to get her along, child. Because I'm trying to figure out, how did the tour go up the stairs and then stop at your room? Girl, goodbye. So Ashley tells Giselle, Karen told her about Gizzard's attacks, right? She was like, I was not trying to hurt anybody at that table. But we've all seen the changes in Wendy. You were super substance Wendy. Now you're hot mama. Not that you can't do both, but it's just left field. Nuh-uh, girl. Not at all, honey. You did not deliver it in that way. And, okay, you definitely didn't say you can do both. You basically told the woman you were fine last year. Like, why are you trying to be this person when you were fine being that person, the person that I actually liked last year? That's what you told her. Child. So Ashley said, Karen said she cried into her arms. Giselle was like, well, that's her stuff. I don't have anything to do with that. Okay, lady. So she brings up this rumor yet again. Giselle said, she's changed and it's making it seem like she's doing that so she can be like, I have a hot relationship, so the rumors can't possibly be true. She's like, should we bring it up or just leave it alone? Now, you don't need to bring that up, but you want to bring it up because you want to embarrass Wendy. This is your 3rd time saying something about her changing her appearance for a man. Your 3rd time, and you ain't fooling me. So Ashley said, you and I have had rumors about us, honey. Definitely true. Okay. The rumors are definitely true. We saw Michael in his drawers, honey, in the hotel room, looking for whatever he was looking for. So he was definitely cheating. And Giselle, you and your daddy both told us Jamal was a cheater, pumpkin eater. Remember that from season 1? Girl, not rumors. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. Ciao, goodbye. But anyway, go off, sis. So then Ashley said, I don't think that's a motive for her to just change, though. That didn't change us. Honey, now y'all still both messy. So you're right about that. Ashley said, I don't believe the rumors, but something about her personality has changed. Okay. Have y'all ever thought that maybe this is the real Wendy and last year was her representative? Have y'all ever thought about that? Child, oh. In the next scene, the ladies from the cottage, they get to the restaurant for lunch first, and then the other ladies arrive, even though they were a stone's throw away, okay? So they get there, but Robin picked now to actually work because everybody got there and they were like, where's Robin? And Giselle was like, oh, she's just finishing up some work. Girl, not you working when you don't need to be working. When you need to be working, you ain't working. Girl, goodbye. So Ashley asked Ascala, so how's it been going on the trip? Ascala was like, we had a little situation at dinner, but other than that, it's been great. So Ashley was like, well, it was brought to me that Giselle was like attacking everybody. Now listen, I wouldn't say she was attacking everybody, but she was being very rude and in your face and in your business. Now I can't say that. So then they ordered their food and Ashley was like, well, tell me something about it. Like, Wendy, tell me exactly what it was that happened. Ashley, why do you need to know what happened, honey? You were not there, and you're going to get the back end of it anyway. And whatever they tell you, Giselle just going to twist it up when y'all get along. Ciao. So Giselle was like, before you do that, Wendy, are we good? Wendy said, well, I was going to have a talk with you about that a little bit later. She told her, look, when you said the whole thing about me not having substance, I felt like I was being body shamed. Honey, Ann was. She was like, I was very hurt. She's like, I've always felt like that. I've always had to deal with that. Giselle said, well, that's your stuff. Why are you mad at me because of your stuff? Because, honey, you brought up the unresolved feelings and issues. You brought these things up. You brought these feelings about. Honey, what don't you understand? Child, she was like, well, it's when you said substance. That's what really upset me. So here go Mia. I have to co-sign. Lady, quiet on the set. Ain't nobody talking to you. So Giselle is like, I feel like if I offended you, I wasn't my intention. So my bad. Not my bad. Girl, that was not an apology. Okay. You should have taken her to the side and you should have had a sidebar like you do with everybody else. And you should have apologized for making her feel some kind of way. Child, something is wrong with you. So Wendy was like, no, that apology was not genuine. This is what she's saying in the confessional. So Ashley said, well, Karen said you cried. Wendy said, I did. But Karen poured into me and I appreciated that. And that meant the world to me. Karen gonna say, you're welcome. Oh, child, the theatrics of it all. Child, I just cannot. These ladies are so comical. I am not playing. Let me tell you something. This is an ensemble cast. As much as people want to get rid of Robin, get rid of Ashley, get rid of Wendy, honey, we don't need to get rid of nobody except maybe Mia, because Mia is just not doing it for me. But this is an ensemble cast, honey. Each person brings something. Each person gives a little bit of zhuzh and a little bit of tackiness and a whole lot of foolery, honey, and I am here for it, okay? So after the theatrics of it all, Giselle said, let's be clear. This is what she said in her confessional. Let me tell y'all something, honey, for the Giselle haters. I'm about to laugh, honey, and I'm about to cackle because this was funny to me. So Giselle said, let's be clear. Karen really don't like you, Wendy. She had the same mommy dearest dysfunctional relationship with Candace also. So go ahead and fall right into the Mother Goose trap. Child, that was hilarious. I said, not the Mother Goose trap. Child, that sent me. Ooh, I got sent a few times in this episode. Child, I'm so happy to be resuscitated and bringing this review to you all. I don't know why, but I think that was so funny. But you know what I think is the reason why I think it's so funny? It's because she's saying it coupled with that confessional look. So she looking how she looking, and she saying what she saying, and she talking about Mother Goose. And baby, that was hilarious. So Robin shows up. Girl, hey, have a seat, y'all. So she's like, what did I miss? Fill me in. So then Giselle fills her in, and Mia said, to Giselle's defense, Robin gonna say, you love a defense. Pot, meat kettle. Girl, goodbye. You just don't want nobody defending Jizzy but you. So Mia said, well, anytime I do see a woman wearing more revealing clothes, I like to check in to see what she was coming for. Oh, my God, honey. Oh, you mean coming from? Honey, Mia want to sound so bright and it's so dull, honey. What are you saying? See what that skin is coming for. It's terrible. Child got little craters, all that money and can't get a good facial. Child, I cannot be bothered. And furthermore, how dare you? When you told all of them you got your clit done, which was really vaginal rejuvenation, within the first hour of meeting them. Wendy said, that's why people don't say stuff. So Ashley starts piping up, talking about, no, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. We're not just talking about your boobs. We're talking, Ashley, pipe down, honey. You were not even there. Ashley gonna make a statement about something that happened in her absence, honey, if she don't do nothing else. Moving forward. So Candace in her confessional, she gonna say, Ashley and her breast pump in her forehead, they just got here. Facts, all facts. Candace, you know what? You awfully quiet this season. All we get is a few confessional reads, honey. It's okay, girl. You can speak. Child, they got Candace traumatized. So the heifers are going back and forth and back, honey, totally dismissing Wendy's feelings. You know what? And it's really sad to see. And it's very telling. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So Mia's like, let's be real, okay, because the girls are talking. You had a whole thong hanging out of the back of your sweatpants. They weren't sweatpants, okay, girl, but we know you don't know how to use words properly, child. You might need to go out, hang out over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville with Tisha and whatnot. So she was like, hanging out of the back of your sweatpants. She said it was an outfit from Zara. She said Victoria's Secret makes outfits too, but we don't wear them on a bus. Yes, people do, honey. They'll put a pair of pink sweats on in a minute, but carry on. Mia, hush, honey. Girl. So Wendy said, I never judged you based on your past as a stripper. Mia was like, I was an entertainer, okay, at a 5-star restaurant where they served steak and lobster. Well, honey, at Magic City, they serve steak and lobster too on Thursdays during the day. And what else is going on? Chug goodbye. You went from bartender to just a lady wearing a gown to a stripper to an entertainer. Doing what, honey? Entertaining what? Juggling? Doing stand-up? What were you doing? Wendy said, but there are strippers there, right? She's like, yes, but they're entertainers. Listen, if you want to be called Mia the Entertainer, then that's cool. Now, I don't know how Cedric the Entertainer gonna feel about it. But child, Mia the Entertainer, set yourself off. The bottom line is this. You lying. That's just the bottom line. So Giselle was like, but if they took their clothes off, they're strippers, right? Mia was like, yes. Oh, child. So then they do this little flashback, honey, showing us clearly that Mia said she went from a bartender to a stripper. Oh, oh, Lord. So Candace said in her confessional, girl, you were a lady of the night with your big old feet. Oh, my gosh. Child, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this review. This is some ignorance, child. I just don't even know, honey. Woo, I'm trying to get through it. So Wendy said, oh, my gosh. So Wendy said, I find it rich that you're commenting on it. This is really laughable coming from you. Giselle said, oh, okay, so because of her past, she can't have commentary? Giselle, entertainers can do whatever they want, child. Moving forward. Mia said, that's not fair. Mia, be quiet, honey. You probably don't even understand what's being said. So Mia was like, I did it to provide for my babies. This is what she said in a confessional. And, men, they want to see you looking beautiful and they pay you for your services. But I mean, girl, you don't have to show us what you're working with. We're not paying you. Girl, be quiet. Robin was like, well, let's just keep our observations to ourselves. So Wendy said, yes, because y'all are hella with an A, judgmental. Honey, and is. So Candace said, if we're going to judge anybody's fashion, this is what she's saying in the confessional, because y'all know she ain't saying it out loud this season, okay? She said, if we're going to judge anybody's fashions, Giselle would be in jail for life underneath the jail. Honey, don't forget, with no possibility of parole. Moving forward. Ashley feels like she needs to talk to Wendy. She's over there telling Giselle, maybe it'll be better coming from me. Why? When has anything ever been better coming from you, Ashley? Child, you must have mommy brain. So they get back to the house for the whiskey tasting of it all. Rick comes to the door with no mask on. Go get your mask, sir. So Candace said, I'm hoping that this whiskey will get them to be quiet. Whiskey and quiet? Girl, are you new? Child, it's about to be World War III, and honey, I am here for it. Everybody get comfortable, child, because it's about to go down. He gives them a little history lesson on the whiskey and whatnot, and they start throwing it back. Okay, but Robin in her robe, honey, they living their best life. So Robin starts giving this frat boy speech about Ashley just being fresh out of having a baby and all of this. Girl, just do it, honey. So Ashley pulls Wendy to the side while all the foolishness is going on, right? And Candace said, what these helpers about to do? Here goes Giselle. Ashley's about to go. So whatever she want to say to Wendy, child, just let her say it. Child, you know what she about to say. And I bet you wish you could take that back now. Moving forward. Ashley takes Wendy outside and tells her that Giselle told her about the article, right? And that's why she feels like you're doing all this so that you can prove that there's no truth to it. Oh, baby, but what she say that for? Baby, Wendy shut that down so quick. She said, no, I don't want to talk about this anymore because that's a lie. Baby, Wendy say that's a lie and the truth ain't in it. So the fact that you're bringing this to me, that's laughable. I know that's right. I mean, it really is a good chuckle. I ain't gonna lie. Wendy made a great point. She said, if she wanted to let me know, she could have pulled me to the side last night at the dinner. And so then Ashley was like, well, things were already tumultuous between the two of you. She said, no, she just found that out today. Last night, she could have pulled me to the side. And she could have. So Ashley is like, well, I don't think it was intentional. Honey, it definitely was. She just kept bringing it up until someone brought it to Wendy, honey, and it just happened to be you. She wanted somebody else to do her dirty work. She took you to the side, but she wanted to embarrass Wendy instead of embracing Wendy's new vibe. And it's a whole situation going on. So, Ashley, I know you're trying to be the peacemaker and whatnot, but girl, now's not the time. Inside, they're doing this toast. Here he go. This is Rick. There are good ships and wood ships, the ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships. May they always be. Sir, this is cute, but please step aside with the nursery rhymes, honey. It's about to go down. So Wendy comes in. Robin over there twerking in that robe. Oh, that robe looked musty. I don't know what it was, but something just tells me it was a stench coming from that robe. So she stands up, she's twerking and whatnot. Wendy said, hey, since we're twerking, I don't know what that had to do with anything, but okay. She was like, since we're twerking, Ashley brought something to my attention about something that somebody in here saw in the blogs. Was it you? Was it you? Honey, she going around the room surveying the girls, and the girls are like, nah, it ain't me. Here go. Here go Candace. Child, I ain't saying nothing about Eddie. I know that's right, child. Make sure that you give it to her straight, no chaser, honey, because she is on the hunt for who said what, even though she know it was Giselle, right? So Wendy said, let me just put you on notice. Let me just tell you something, Giselle. Giselle was like, why are you talking to me? She was like, because it was your ass that talked about the article with Ashley. Wendy said, don't attack my husband. She said, instead of you coming to me, you came to Ashley. So I'm putting you on notice. She said, I'm saying it to you kindly. Giselle said, I don't care if you're saying it to me meanly. I don't give up. Child, they getting into it, honey. But let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So Wendy starts telling her she gonna get her behind whooped, right? She's like, you could forget these cameras. And Giselle was like, well, the cameras are here. Because y'all know Giselle ain't gonna bust a grape, child. And Robin is like, well, what did they say about Eddie? Like, what did they say? She was like, don't worry about it. I'm sure that the messengers will let you know what's being said. And this was my thing. They already have, honey. Are you that drunk? Child, what kind of whiskey is it? Robin, you and her had the same exact conversation as her and Ashley 2 or 3 days ago. Girl. So Robin was like, well, you addressed the group, so I'm just asking, like, what makes you think that they're talking bad about your husband? Wendy said, you want a moment so bad. Oh, child, girl, worry about you. Robin was like, I don't need a moment. Shut up. Y'all know Robin gonna put a shut up at the end of everything. Wendy said, go screw yourself, honey. Then Robin starts patting the puss through this dusty robe. Robin, please let Batman fight her own battles. Honey, you get cleared every time. Just stay out of it. She's like, you don't even have a relationship to talk about. Just go to sleep. Not go to sleep, child. Not put her to bed. So then Robin was like, well, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I got talked about in a blog. Oh my God. Well, Robin, honey, let's be real. You got super pissed because a fan page for Monique commented on a meme of you. Do y'all remember that? I think it was, I don't know what season it was, but she was pissed at that reunion. Honey, I ain't going to never forget that. You were mad about a fan page that some random fan created and made a comment about you, and Monique liked the post or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And you had a full-on fit. So, child, she has every right to get mad about this blog post. Honey, how quickly we forget. Moving forward. Ashley apologizes, but Giselle starts lying, talking about, I said I was going to talk to you privately. No, ma'am, you didn't. Wendy said, she doesn't know the parameters of a marriage because she don't have a relationship that holds water. Oh, okay. Oh, child. Then she said, the way that your life is right now, God is paying you back for all the BS that you've done. Oh, Lord. Where the twins at? Adore, Adia, honey, Grace. Yeah, child, come get your mama, please. Child, come get your mama. Let me tell y'all something about Giselle, though. Giselle will take a licking and keep on ticking, honey. She needs a Duracell brand deal, ASAP. So Wendy said, Giselle lacks empathy. She lacks a man. Giselle lacks Bryant. That is her middle name. Child, well, tell us how you really feel. So Wendy's like, you want to go? Then let's go. Let's get it popping. Then she starts talking about Jamal. Now, Wendy, I love your newfound confidence and whatnot, honey, and I love a good tongue lashing as much as the next messy boots. But all this fight talk is the same thing that you condemned Monique for last season. So let's be fair. Okay? I'm just gonna keep it real and call a spade a spade. Now, you didn't resort to violence, but at any moment, I mean, who knows what you would have done because you were heated, allegedly. So I'm just saying, honey, if you're going to act like Monique was the end all be all, then you over here telling Giselle you're going to knock her head between the refrigerator and the stove, then I mean, we got to give you the same that we gave Monique. Moving forward. Ashley done started the mess. Then she gets up to go get her pump and dump milk. Girl, no ma'am, honey, you done started all this and now you gone? So Candace comes in and she's like, what was your motive for all that? Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? In my Cardi B voice. So Candace was like, girl, just get your milk and go. Well, she ain't said that nicely, but I don't want to cuss here on this review. Not Giselle and Karen, the younger years. Child, this is a fool. So in the middle of all this, Rick pops his head in, and that's the guy with the whiskey. Hi, everybody. Good night. Sir, we thought you left after the nursery rhyme. Child, this is embarrassing. So the whole place is up in flames, and Ashley's gone. Deuces. Then Mia, she gonna ask Wendy, if Giselle brought it to you, do you think that you would have been more receptive to it? And Wendy was like, yes, I would have. But then Wendy said, but why wouldn't she come at Eddie who looks like Idris Elba? I say, who now? Girl. I'm not about to play with you. Then they showed Giselle saying she would have sex with Idris Elba for a long time, honey. But the real one. Honey, who wouldn't? Wendy, honey. Child. Wendy must be Shallow Hal. Child, y'all know who Shallow Hal is. Y'all remember the movie from the 90s? Shallow Hal saw his mate totally different from reality. And that's what Wendy got going on right now, honey. Or she must be looking in a funhouse mirror. Now, let me tell you something. Eddie is a handsome man in his own right, but Idris, he is not. Okay? And I'm just going to say what it is that I need to say. I'm going to speak my speech. I said what I said, and I ain't changing it. But stand for your man, Zen Win. I feel like the reason Wendy is so upset is because Giselle keeps saying that this makeover is a direct result of the rumor and the cheating scandal, which would ultimately mean that you believe that it's true. And we know that you want it to be true so very badly, but you don't believe the blogs and the Twitter. Girl, goodbye and good night. Honey, and that was the end of the episode. Child, I'm so sorry that this review ran so long, but y'all, this episode was a 10. This episode was a 10. Oh, a 10. Child, shout out to the dream. Child, this was everything. Please don't hesitate to comment down below and let me know exactly what you thought about this episode. Did you like Robin in her robe? Did you think Wendy cleared the girls? Please do not hesitate to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.